Do you need a loser prize? Is that what this is? Reach over there and get those crayons. Give him a loser's prize.
I'll take credit.
He is
Don't worry, you're
actually.
probably gonna have one of those.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have anybody over here helping her cheat either there, Chris.
Listen, one of them wasn't even one of my questions.
Why the world did you know the Foley answer? That's what I need to know.
I'm the
Yeah,
one
I
that goes to the
did
store
get
and buys her
Yeah.
prenatal vitamins.
Like, I'm out, can you go get 'em?
How the hell did he know that? Like, seriously.
Oh, yes, mommy. Okay. So good job, everybody. And you know, a lot of this stuff is something we haven't talked about yet in this class, such as the vernix. We haven't talked a lot about child development yet, so I think you guys did excellent. So thank you for participating. Now we're gonna go on to transition.
No.
Well, we did these already.
I know, I think relaxation comes after the, oh, no, you're right.
Yes.
The breathing should be later then.
Yep.
Alright,
Are we
so
doing another video?
transition.
Not yet.
Not right this second. Alright, so we've gone through early labor, mostly at home. Active labor, now we're at the transition, meaning that at the what?
It's 7:15.
Well, would you like to,
Last one, yeah, before.
We're having fun, yeah. So if we just want to read this part, we'll do the breathing the next time.
okay. So the physical characteristics, of course, you're going to be 8 to 10 centimeters. So at 10, you're fully dilated. So that means you're getting ready to push. So physical characteristics, at the beginning, the contractions are usually 3 minutes apart, lasting 60 to 90 seconds. The contractions are going to be a lot more intense. The contractions are not necessarily stronger, but they're usually longer, closer, and may have more than one peak. So they're going to be,
Now the picture.
oh, I thought you were telling me to turn off the light. Okay, so wonderful picture over here. So you see these have nice little rounded, and then you get to transition, and they're all kinds of crazy. So, the cervix effaces to 100%, dilates completely. Women may experience increased vaginal and rectal pressure. They may have increased thick bloody show. The bag of water usually breaks, if not already broken. The urge to push is felt when the baby is at +1 station, which we're going to talk about more. Average time is about 5 to 90 minutes during this time for first-time moms. The second or third-time moms, the longer it might be shorter. By the end of transition, contractions are 1 to 2 minutes apart and last 1 to 2 minutes. And other symptoms could be the skin extremes, trembling all over, shaky legs, nausea and vomiting, flushed face and neck, burping, hiccups, leg cramps, dry mouth and lips, fatigue, urge to push, and sleepiness between contractions. So, and mom should be resting in between contractions. So if you can rest in between them, try your best. Emotionally, they're going to be discouraged and lose patience because they've been in pain and they're fatigued. They're also going to feel like this is lasting forever. They may want to quit and go home. You have to encourage them, of course, that it's not safe to go home. Women may become panicky, irritable, and difficult to comfort. Women, they may not even know what they want or what their partner can do to help. So don't get mad at them if they're going, I just don't even know what you can do for me right now. Women may cry and be very vocal about how she's feeling during and between contractions. Or a woman might be the complete opposite, and they might be deeply internalized and be quiet during and between contractions. So it's not something you can figure out now. It's not something saying, Brianna, you're going to be very vocal. Kitty, you're not. You're going to just not want to talk to anybody. It's not something that you can guess. It's going to happen in the moment, and it might not even be the same. She might be very quiet her first pregnancy and labor, and then going through the second one, she might be very vocal. So just keep that in mind too. Coping strategies. So we kind of already talked about all the comfort positions you can use. Of course, the environment should be kept calm and comfortable. No unnecessary distractions. This means you shouldn't have a bunch of family at the hospital. This is why we encourage you not to call people and tell them you're at the hospital or post on Facebook you're at the hospital, because people are going to want to come up and say hi and see how you're doing, and it's just really not best for mom at this point. You want to continue hydration and clear liquids and ice chips between contractions. If they allow you to, most of the time they do, but there are certain occasions where they might not. Continue to empty the bladder and change position every 30 minutes in gravity-friendly positions. So as much as they'll let you stand up and walk around and try those different comfort positions, you want to, because that's only going to help labor go faster. Showers can still be helpful if they'll allow you to. If you're delivering at a hospital, most likely they're not going to let you. May be difficult to relax between contractions, but relaxation between contractions can help conserve energy for pushing. So we kind of did that visualization one. That's a good one you can try with mom. You know, in between contractions, be like, visualize that we're at that favorite vacation place that we always go, or that place we always said we would go, and kind of take her to another place in her mind. Pattern breathing techniques are helpful tools for many women. We're going to talk about that next class. Humming and moaning. You want to encourage that mom to do whatever is going to make her comfortable. So if she needs to go, oh, you need to let her do that. If she needs to moan, scream, that humming, that vibration in your chest can actually help ease the pain. So do what you need to do, whatever's helping you, and don't worry about, honestly, the mom's not probably going to even be worried about if she's embarrassed or not, if everybody can hear her. And then take one contraction at a time. So don't be worrying about the contractions coming in an hour. Worry about the contractions that are right here, right now, and just remember, once it's gone, it's gone. You don't ever have to face that contraction again. So, do you want to skip that for now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Now the role of support person, of course, do not leave mother. We're going to keep emphasizing that because you never want to leave mother unless a staff person is with her. This is where it talks about she might be afraid if she's alone. If the mother wants to be touched, touch her. If she doesn't, don't touch her. You want to do whatever is working for her. Keep eye contact. That's very important. A lot of times they can get so lost in what's happening. So if you keep eye contact with them, then you know that they're focusing on something, even if it's just you. Report any changes to staff, especially if she has a strong urge to push, because this is likely meaning that she's getting ready to push. Give reassurances that whatever the mother's doing is fine. This is where it's talking about the screaming, making noise. Mom can't do wrong when she's in labor, no matter what she does. Continue comfort measures, give as much praise and encouragement as possible, and then coach the blowing technique to keep the mother from pushing before she's ready. And that's another one we're going to go over on Wednesday, is the blowing technique. Okay, and so, do you want to, what time is it? Probably do the video next time.
7:22.
Do you guys want to watch the video this time, or do you want to wait till next time?
I think it should only be about 10
It's
to
only a couple
15
minutes.
minutes.
It's fine with,
Yeah.
is it fine? Is it okay with everybody? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, good. Each and I think the longest chapter is like 10 minutes, but I think that's the actual delivery one. I think. We're apologizing that we went a little over the game. We haven't had this big of a class yet, so we didn't anticipate that it would take that long.
Is it that like the turn flat? No.
I'm like, all right, y'all, push play.
Labor is called transition, which is usually the most intense part of labor, but also the shortest. The contractions seemed like they were so close together, just like coming on top of each other over and over. It's like, oh, I have to be in transition. I was excited. During transition, the forceful contractions cause the top of the uterus to grow thick and strong enough to push the baby down. Contractions also cause the cervix to dilate completely from 8 to 10 centimeters. Due to the intensity of transition, it's common to experience hot flashes, chills, shaking, nausea, or vomiting.
She was starting to feel nauseous. I think Stacy and I were pretty much next to her bed the entire time until she was ready to push, just supporting her through the feelings of sickness.
Contractions during transition intensify quickly and might have 2 or more peaks. They last 60 to 90 seconds each and are 1 to 3 minutes apart, allowing you very little time to rest in between. Transition usually lasts anywhere from 30 minutes up to 2 hours. Because of the physical challenges of transition and the length of time you have now been in labor, that you will feel a mix of intense emotions, ranging from being confused to irritated to even angry. It's helpful to stay determined, knowing you are getting close to the pushing phase. Support people can assist mom in focusing during contractions by using direct eye contact and short to-the-point directions. They can also encourage her to rest in between contractions and give her extra emotional support to keep her from getting discouraged during this intense period. It may help to remind her that each contraction brings her closer to the birth of her baby.
The cold rag was great. I remember that too. Because you're so hot and sweaty, the cold rag was actually what I was focusing on, was the coldness when it hit my body. So when he would put that on, that's was taking my mind off the pain a little bit.
After transition,
All right, there we go.
labor
That's it.
progresses
I didn't
to
think
the
that one was
second
really.
stage.
So,
We'll
what do you guys
push.
think of the video now that you've seen it? What do you think being in labor is going to be like? Well, obviously it's going to be pain. But what I was trying to point out is if you saw, as labor progressive, dad tends to get a little bit more tender. We saw the dad rubbing mom's chest, putting the cloth on her head, standing there and talking to her, and we can only imagine what he was saying. But that kind of connection is really going to make mom feel better, and it's really going to let her know, I'm here with you, I know this sucks, but we're going to get through it. Okay. Transition, I'm sure you guys have seen the TV shows and the movies where mom is kind of, I'm going to kill you, and grabs him by the crotch and all that. That can also happen. So, but if it's the dad, he kind of deserves it, so it's okay. Right? We are sorry that we went over today, and we are going to get a couple of these things caught up tomorrow, such as the breathing techniques. We're going to do that. But does anybody have any questions? Do they have anything that we haven't covered well enough yet, or they want us to talk about the next time? Are we that good?
You're that good.
All right.
All right,
Little
well-
shameless plug.
Don't forget to fill out your evaluation.
Yes.
And the next class is Wednesday at 5:30.
Yes. And please don't forget to get Chris's crayons.
Please.